It's your girl Brown Barbie back at it again with another video, and today we're going to be talking about this lovely hair, not just mine but yours too, how to grow your hair to the healthiest it can be and how to grow your hair long and strong, okay? Is your hair hitting a growth plateau? Have you not been seeing any changes? Your curls aren't really popping no more? You're really just not happy with your hair? Definitely see if you're doing these top 10 tips. These are my personal top 10 tips on how I grew my hair. In 2017, my hair did not grow at all. Like maybe, no, not even an inch. Before then, my hair was definitely growing like speedy like a weed whacker, but I just hit a growth plateau. Right, this is funny actually because how my hair is right now, like the length of my hair curly, is how the length of my hair used to be straight, maybe a little longer. But now let me see, I can take a piece. My hair has grown a lot actually, so my hair is like almost down to my shirt. My hair really used to stop like literally right here straight, and my curls used to be like a mini little afro, so you know. And then please excuse this hair. Also, I look like a poodle. It's day one hair. I hate day one hair. Like, it's just so lifeless, it's so stiff, so just ignore that. Just ignore this, okay? We're gonna focus on the tips. All right, so let's just get into it. Tip number 10. Okay, tip number 10, we're gonna start at the bottom and then move up to the most important. Tip number 10 is definitely gonna be have patience with your hair journey. There's no reason why you should be like, I need results right now. I need 3 inches by March 21st. Like, no, like your hair is not on a time schedule. Your life isn't on a time schedule actually, so why would your hair be? You can definitely have goals for yourself, like, but make sure those goals are within a time frame, especially if you already know how your hair grows. If your hair doesn't naturally grow that fast, don't just expect instant change. Your hair is definitely going to change if you follow these tips. Your hair is definitely going to be healthier, your curls are going to be stronger, and your hair is going to grow, but it takes time. It definitely takes time. Tip number 9, stop comparing your hair to other people's. If you have 4C hair, you're sitting up here looking at somebody who has 3A hair and comparing your journey to theirs. It is not going to be the same. If you are setting your goals and expectations off of somebody else, you're gonna end up disappointed with yourself because not everybody is the same. Nobody has the same genetics. Nobody has that same exact curl pattern on your head in those exact places that you have them. So don't expect somebody else's hair journey to be exactly like yours. So don't compare yourself to anybody else. It's definitely helpful to find somebody like a role model, like a hair role model. I forgot her channel. I'll put her channel in the description box, but I have a hair model whose hair I love. Her hair is just like mine. Not exactly like mine, but I don't compare my exact journey to her. But sometimes if I see a product works for her, we have the same hair texture, so I'm like, you know what? Let me try that hair product and see if it works for me. That's really as far as I would go with comparing yourself to other people because, honey, you will be scrolling on Instagram, seeing people's journeys, and they will go from TWA hair to waist-length hair, and you're going to be looking like, how? And you're gonna be crying and you're gonna be upset because your hair's not growing like theirs, but they not you, boo-boo, okay? Tip number 8 is definitely gonna be trim your ends when necessary. So if you aren't, well, there's another tip later on that's gonna go into this one, kind of like together, but if you're not moisturizing your ends, you're gonna have to cut your ends more often, and then you're cutting off your length and your growth. So if you're cutting off your dead ends, like I just did a trim yesterday, just because feel to the bottom of your shaft of your hair. If it's not like right now, it's all smooth, like you see, it's all smooth. But if you feel like any, what is it called, slip knots, fairy knots, cut those off. Like, don't be afraid to cut your hair. Nobody is saying and go in big chop, okay? But whoa, like slow down. Nobody is saying go in big chop. I'm saying feel for your hair. You're gonna feel the hair that feels damaged, and nobody's saying there's so many more damages than just heat damage. There's tension damage, there's friction damage, there's so much out there. So it's like, be wary and be careful and feel for those. Just feel your hair and feel in the spots that feel healthy. You're gonna know which parts need to be cut off and let it go. Just let it go. Like, why are you keeping that hair on your head? Especially if you have heat damage, if you have any sort of damage, cut it off. It's not cute, first off. Let's start there. It's not cute. So just cut it off, start anew, point blank, period. Tip number 7. Tip number 7, this is definitely a tip that's just going to help you in life in general. Improving your diet and drinking more water is going to help you immensely. If your innards are feeling healthier, of course your hair is going to reflect that. Just like if your body is healthier, it's going to reflect that in the weight that you carry and stuff like that. So definitely drink more water and focus on your diet. Nobody is saying go out here and become vegan. Okay, I'm not going to pressure you. I'm not Beyonce. I'm not going to pressure you to become vegan. But definitely try to put in some greens, a little spinach here and there, a little green smoothie every morning. It won't hurt, okay? It's not gonna hurt. Number 6 is definitely learn your hair texture and your porosity. This is one of the key, I'm about to get into the key tips that really helped me grow my hair. So in 2017, I told you guys, I didn't have any hair growth. In 2018, my hair grew about 3 or 4 inches, I would say. Definitely like 3 or 4 inches. Like 3.5. Let's stay with that, 3.5. So definitely using this tip. Once I found my hair porosity and what texture I had, I would start finding different products that work for my hair, because there's difference. Once you find out if you have high or low porosity hair, of course there's a couple of products that work for both that are just universal, but there is definitely a distinct difference if your hair retains moisture than if your hair doesn't retain moisture. You have to take more steps, and you have to do different methods in order to figure that out. So definitely figuring out what your hair porosity is, what your hair texture is definitely going to help your journey. Somebody's in the hallway right now being mad loud, so let's just tune them out, because that's what the hell I'm doing. All right, so tip number 5, deep condition your hair. Nobody is telling you to deep condition your hair every week. I'm not one of those girls, like, at all. Especially if I have on braids under my wigs. I'm not deep conditioning a week, or maybe not even 2 weeks. Sometimes it's 3 weeks, sometimes it's 4 weeks. But definitely, and take that time. I deep condition for at least an hour. I put a grocery bag on my head and I deep condition for at least an hour. And then going back to tip number 6, finding out what your hair porosity is going to help you find out which deep conditioner best works for you. Deep conditioner is basically like hair food, and it's healthy food for your hair. So if you're using a deep conditioner that is like not, and basically the food or whatever, the ingredients in the product isn't good for you, it's not going to do anything for your hair. Also, the way you deep condition can change. I started deep conditioning with heat over the summer, and that's another thing that really changed my hair. So definitely figure out your hair porosity so that going into this next tip, you can figure out which deep conditioner that you like, and definitely deep condition as often as you can. I would recommend every 2 weeks. Some people do it every week. Who got time for that? Not me. So I would definitely say every 2 weeks. Tip number 4. Tip number 4 is extremely important. Low manipulation styles are going to help your hair immensely. If you're over here doing a puff one day and a bun this day and a twist out this day and this and that and this and that and that, your hair is breaking off in that process. If you're going up and down and moving it all around and going all like this, like your hair is breaking off because you're manipulating it too much. Leave your hair alone. My normal routine, normally I'll do a wash and go, leave that in, leave it like this, maybe 2-3 days, go up in a puff, leave it like that, 2-3 days. Sometimes it's more than that. Sometimes it's like 4 or 5 days. Go into a bun, once again, 2-3 days, and then go into a low bun, leave it like that. Then you've already reached to the point where you've gotten to your next wash day and you've only changed your hairstyle maybe like 3 or 4 times within the span of like 2-3 weeks. So definitely low manipulation styles are definitely the key. Like that's a really important tip. My next important tip, this changed my hair. I feel like this is the main reason why my hair has grown as much as it has. These next 3 tips are, if you don't do anything else on the list other than deep condition, you need to do that. You need to be doing that already. But if you don't do anything else on the list, do these 3 tips at least, and you're gonna see a huge difference in your hair. I feel like a lot of people will do 1 or the 2, but you need to do all 3. Because if you're only doing 1 of the top 3 tips that I'm about to tell you guys, they all need to work cohesively together, okay? It's like a cycle. It's like a cycle. You need to do all 3. So, number 3, protective styles. And this is a little different from tip number 4 because low manipulation styles is with your own hair. Protective styles is braids, faux locks, Havana twist, wigs, weaves. I don't know. Personally, if you're still getting leave out, this video isn't for you in the first place, unless you're getting curly bundles only. But if you're still getting leave out and straightening your hair, sis, this video isn't for you. Let's just start there. But definitely I wore wigs, locks, and twists majority of 2018. I stayed with the wig on my head. I maybe at the most maybe 2-3 weeks kept my hair out in like little increments. So like maybe for a month and a half I would wear a wig, and then 2-3 weeks I would have my hair out. Not even that, sometimes maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, depending on like how I was feeling that month. So definitely try to just don't mess with your hair. The less you touch your hair, the more it's gonna grow. I promise you. Tip number two, very important, very, very important. This goes into number 3. If you're doing number 3 and you're not doing number 2, it's not gonna work. So you need to moisturize your ends. If those cornrows under, you snatching off your wig at night and you're just throwing on a bonnet and you're just like getting in your bed or something like that, your hair it may still grow. It may still grow. Some people's hair just grows off dirt. Mine wasn't like that. So, and I was wearing wigs in 2017 and I was like, I don't know, my hair is still not growing. I don't understand why. But once I started really taking care of my hair and moisturizing your ends are super important, because that is the oldest part of your hair. And that's what's like bringing your length. Like that's what's showing your length. If your ends are breaking off, you're not going to see any growth. You're not going to see any length. So you need to take care of that. Even more than you take care of everything up here. Like you really need to pay close attention to your ends and in your corn. Every night when I have my cornrows in, just going through with the a daily moisture something, or oil, or spraying it down with water and then going in with the oil or something like that. Just taking 5 minutes out your day to just do that to your cornrows, just moisturizing, maybe getting to the scalp a little bit, just showing love to your hair. Just show love, girl. Just show love. Right, so we're at tip number 1. Tip number 1. This tip is so easy, and I don't understand why more people don't do it and why it's so hard for some people. But it's to stop straightening your hair often. You can straighten your hair 1 or 2 times a year and not get heat damage. Hey, maybe even 3 or 4 depending on your hair. But if you're going every month and you want to straighten your hair, your curls are heat damaged, period. I've never seen not one girl who heat styled their hair and was straightening their hair more than 2, I've never seen it. I have never seen a girl who sat here and was straightening her hair often and at least once a month, even once every 2 months. Even that is heat damaging your hair. And I know you see it. Girl. Girl, I'm talking to you. Okay? And I have a couple of friends. I'm not going to name any names. Because I know she's watching this. She's going to watch this video and she's going to know I'm talking about her, because we here. But stop straightening your hair. If you want your curls to flourish, that's the thing. There are 2 different types of naturals. There are natural girls who are heat trained and who still straighten their hair. That's how I started off. That's how I transitioned to my curly stage. I was heat transitioning. So my last perm was 2014. From 2014 to fall of 2015, I was heat training. Wasn't getting perms, but I was straightening my hair maybe every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks. And then eventually I was just like, I want to wear my hair curly. Like, if I'm going natural, the point of going natural, like how I'm natural and being a curly natural, is to wear your hair curly. If you're straightening it, if you're compressing, if you're doing all of that, your curls are not going to flourish at all. It's just, and I know you see them pieces, sis. I know you see them pieces. I've never had to big chop my hair since I went natural. I know people who have gotten 2-3 cuts since they went natural, and they haven't even been natural as long as I have. Or have either been natural their entire life and are still just cutting, and their curls still don't look like mine because they're straightening their hair too often. Just stop. Put it down, okay? Wear a wig. Put on a wig. Go get you a bob. I have a little bob that I put on when I feel like I want straight hair. I haven't straightened my hair since 2017. So it's been 2 years and I haven't straightened my hair. I don't even have the urge to... I do have the urge to straighten my hair sometimes, but I just don't, because I love the way my hair looks curly. I'm a curly girl. I spent so much money, dedication, and time to get my curls the way that they are. Why would I sit here and straighten them often? Why would I sit here and straighten them 2-3 times a month? You're damaging your hair. Just leave it alone. Just please, just leave it alone. Please. But that's it, you guys. Those are my top 10 tips on how I grew my hair, how you can grow your hair long and healthy and strong, and how to enhance your curls. So definitely follow these tips. Come back to me. Please, please, please let me know how your hair journeys are going. I get so many questions on what I do to grow my hair, what I do to make my hair curly, what products I use. So I definitely want to start doing more natural hair videos, helping you guys so I can answer as many questions as possible. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe to your girl Brown Barbie. And I'll see you in the next one.